Hi guys, hope you people are fine. Welcome back to my channel. Today's topic is welder performance qualification. This is very important subject. Those are working as a welding inspector or welding engineer. These are very important subjects. So please be concentrated from the beginning to end. I will details explain here regarding the requirement and also why need the welder performance qualification. So this is very important. So let's start. You know very well the prior to start welding in any manufacturing or project, there should be must approved WPS. So why we are asking, we are saying here the WPS. WPS we should know the minimum requirement, then we can go for the welder performance qualification. That's why I am telling some short brief short description here in WPS. So what is WPS? Welding procedure qualification, and there are so many variables are there: essential, non-essential, and supplementary. And welders should must follow that parameters. So in that case, in welding performance qualification, what will happen that welder must follow that essential variable, and if the testings are okay, then they can qualify it and you can do the production welding. Now the simple things is just I am telling to here. Before I start this one explanation, I want to say those people still not subscribe my channel, please subscribe, then it will encourage to me to help you a lot and you will not miss any videos in future. So what is this WPS? Now you should know very well what is WPS, that is called the welding procedure specification. This is prior to start any welding activities. So this is very important. Prior to welding or start any welding activities, we should have the WPS. And WPS have three variables are there: essential, non-essential, and the supplementary. So three variables is required for WPS. There are so many parameters are there, and you should follow that parameter in your WPQ. So you finalize the WPS, you have done the WPS in your hand, approved WPS is there. Now we'll go for the WPQ. In WPQ, what will happen? In WPQ, welder need to perform welding as per the approved WPS and should be qualified or shall be qualified or will be qualified if the all testings and visual is accepted, then it will be qualified. And you can go this welder performance qualification in ASME section 9 part 3. There you can go the details QW300. So QW300 you can get the details of welder performance qualification. Now we will discuss one by one the requirement of WPQ, like essential variable, type of test, qualification and limits. So let's start. So the first question will be there. The first question in welder performance qualification, why we need the welder performance qualification, that we will be discussed today. And what is the requirement of WPQ. So all these things will be discussed today. These two topics is very important. So you can get all this requirement in QW301. In QW301, if you go, then you can see the requirement of why we need the performance qualification and what is the requirement of WPQ. All these things are details. One by one I will discuss. First we will discuss why need welder performance qualification. This is very important. The first one, to determine the ability of welder to make sound weld. So we need to check prior to start the welding in production whether the welder is capable to do the welding or not. So to determine the ability of welder to make the sound weld. Second one is, so the requirement is the performance qualification test shall be welded in accordance with the qualified welding procedure. Means the welder should be welding in production welding, whatever it should be as per welding procedure specification. Okay. Now the third is, each qualified welder shall be assigned an identifying number, letter or symbol by the organization which shall be used to identify the work of that welder. Means When the welder is qualified, means welder testing has been okay, everything is okay, then they will give the company organization or the welding inspector, they will give one identification number. That identification number, it will be identify the work of that welder. Means anywhere if he go the welding in that project, he can understand, anybody can understand that that welder is comes from where, what are the qualification limit, all these things should be in the in identity card. And the last one is the record show welder. The record show welder performance qualification shall be include essential variable, type of test result, the range is qualified in accordance with QW 452. So whatever the record is there in welder performance qualification, it should be include essential variable, type of test result, and the range is qualified in accordance with QW 452. So whatever in ranges required in mentioned in QW 452 in welder performance qualification format, all these things should be included. So you understand now why need welder performance qualification and what is the requirement of WPU. Now I will go the details. Details means I will go now for essential variable. What are the essential variable for welder performance qualification? You see here QW416, that is welding variable for performance qualification. So you see QW416, you have to understand that QW416 in one chart it will given for all process. You see here OFW, SMAW, SAW, GMAW, GTAW and PAW. All these processes given the essential variable here. So you have to go the table QW41C, that is welding variable for welder performance. Now I will not give the full chart. You can go directly in ASME section 9 QW416. You can get the details. Now QW402 joints. This is called the paragraph. Brief of variables. What are the variables in briefing? It's mentioned here. OFW table QW352. So if you go the oxy-fuel welding, definitely you go 352. There it is clear for the what are the essential variable are there. Same table you can find out in QW352. And SMAW if you go in table QW353. So if you go in SMAW QW353, you can get there all variables, not only for essential. Okay, so you can get here. So in table QW353 you can get their essential plus non-essential plus supplementary. So you can get their essential, non-essential and supplementary. Three variable you can get it from in this table. But here in QW416 you can get the only the essential variable, because in WPQ the most important is essential variable. We are not discussing here any non-essential and supplementary variable. So QW402, what is this? This is 0.4. So QW402.4, then QW402.7. So what is this? This is joint. QW402.4, what is backing? So backing is subtraction. What will happen in backing subtraction in SMAW? This is the essential variable. If it is backing addition, this is in SMAW non-essential variable. So that is not requirement, means backing subtraction, it is not an essential variable. So whatever is mentioned in this cross mark means this is called essential variable. Okay, so in QW403.2 this is base metal 0.16 and 0.18. So this is called the paragraph. Maximum qualified, this is 5 means the change of diameter, change of P number. Okay, pipe diameter, P number. Pipe diameter, if you go in SMW, this is for essential variable. This is essential variable. So this is the F number is essential variable. T oil deposit here the essential variable. So you should check here in QW416 when you are doing the welding performance qualification, then definitely you should have in your hand this welding variable chart. So you understand the what are the variables, essential variables are there. So you understand now, you clear in QW 416. Now we'll discuss QW 3022. QW 302 is types of test required. What are the types of tests are there? Mechanical tests are there. The type and number of test specimens shall be according with QW 452. So if you go in QW 452, I will explain in all mechanical tests shall be meet the requirement prescribed in QW 60 and QW 80. So QW 60 and QW 80, if you go, the guide bend test and the fillet weld test is there. So you have to follow that requirement. And for the type and number of test specimen, you have to follow QW 452. So now we'll go the QW 452. You see here, QW 452.1. It is what is mentioned 52.1, less than 10 mm if the thickness of weld metal. The visual examination is there. Okay. Side bend test not is required. Okay. Face bend test, one face bend test and one root bend test is required. If it is thickness 10 mm to 19 mm, what will happen here? 10 mm to 19 mm. So two side bend test is required only. There is no face bend test and no root bend test is required. If it is 19 mm and over the thickness of the weld metal, definitely visual is must for all, and this is two side bend test only is enough. So you understand this QW 452.1 for the mechanical test, the type and number of test specimen. Now we'll go the next one. QW 302.2, what is there? The volumetric ND. What is volumetric ND? The internal defects we have to check by the radiography or ultrasonic testing. So when the welder is qualified by volumetric ND, the minimum length should be what? 150 mm, means this is your, okay. So these are the length. This length is how much? This length is 150 mm. It should be, okay. The minimum length of coupon to be examined is 150 mm and shall include the entire weld circumference, means the include the weld circumference full. This full weld circumference should be there. But for the small diameter pipes, if it is small diameter pipes, okay, this is very small diameter pipes, okay, then what will happen? The four test piece is required. The exit 4 consecutively made test coupons. So 4 test pieces is required. The examination technique and the acceptance criteria shall be according with QW 191. So you have to follow 191 for the technique and acceptance criteria. So understand the QW 302.2, the volumetric ND is required. Now we'll go 302.4, the visual examination. For plate and pipe, both visual examination, we have to go QW 194. Over the entire circumference, we have to check, plus inside and outside. All this area we have to check. So QW 194, what is telling? Visual examination for performance. Performance test coupon shall show no cracks and complete joint penetration with complete fusion weld metal of base metal. So there should be complete penetration, joint penetration and complete fusion, and there should not be any crack in your visual appearance. So visual examination performance, this is the requirement. Now we'll go 302.4 is done. Now 303. In 303, the limit of qualified position and diameter. What are the limit of qualified position? So for group weld, if you go, sorry, this is double O. For group weld, generally welder who pass the required test for group weld in test position table, you have to go 461. Shall be qualified for the position of group and fillet weld shown QW 461.9. So those are qualified for group weld, they should follow 461.9. In 461.9, what is saying? Plate group, plate fillet. So actually these are the very not completed 461.9 chart. These are the all are there. There is pipe group, pipe fillet also. But I am giving example here only. If plate group, the position, you see the weld, this is the position. This is plate and pipe over 24 inch, 610 mm. Pipe less than or equal to 24 inch, that is 610 mm OD, and fillet or tack, that is plate and pipe. So if one welder is qualified is 1G position, he is qualified only in flat position over 24 inch thickness, means 601 mm OD. If it is less than 24 in thickness, also the flat position only qualified. So you have to always go note 3, note 3, note 3. So note 3 you have to check in this chart. Okay. So you understand, if somebody is qualified is 2G position, he is qualified flat and horizontal position. Somebody qualified in 3G position is qualified for flat and vertical position. So this is the requirement for the limit of qualified position. So limit of qualified position is plate group, plate fillet is there, pipe group is there, pipe fillet also there. So you understand QW 303.1. Now we'll go the 303.2. What is mentioned for fillet weld? So fillet weld, welder who passed the fillet weld, then for the position of fillet weld shown also table 461.9. Same we have to follow the previous one for the weld position. And for the range of diameter qualified, you have to follow the 452.5 and 452.4. What is 452.5? You see fillet weld test. Fillet weld test in the diameter means T fillet is 3 by 6 or greater, all base material thickness, fillet size and the diameter OD and over. One macro and one factor is required. So this is the fillet weld test requirement. Less than 5 mm if it is there, then T to 2T base metal thickness, T maximum fillet size and all thickness 73 mm OD. Then the only one macro and one factor is required. So T fillet, if you go the figure 462.4b, then you understand the T fillet, what is the joint, how it looks like. The thickness of test coupon is 5 greater is 5 mm greater, 5 mm or greater is one requirement, and less than 5 mm another requirement. So this is different requirement, but is macro and factor is the same, one macro and one factor for both. So this is the fillet weld. This is 452.5. Another one is 452.4. That is for a small diameter fillet test. If you go for that, the previous one is 452.5. That is for, it's related with thickness, diameter, everything. But here, if you go 452.4, this is the small diameter fillet, only related to diameter. If it is diameter, outside diameter less than 25 mm, the minimum outside diameter, it should be welded. Qualified thickness is all. If it is outside diameter 25 to 73 mm, the minimum outside diameter should be 25 and qualified thickness is all. If it is over 73 mm, then qualified minimum outside diameter is 73 mm and qualified thickness is all. So you understand this 452.4 and 452.5, what is the difference? Now we'll go the 304.1 examination. This is very important. After finish all these things, your testing, there should be examination is there. Weld made on test coupon for WQP may be examined by visual and mechanical examination. One is 302.4 and the volumetric ND for the process. So okay, you should go always the QW 302.1 and 302.4 for the visual and mechanical examination, or by volumetric ND you have to go 302.2. And alternatively, what you do, you finish, this is most important things, you finished your welding test coupon and you are qualified as a welder, then welder will go start the production welding. What is the requirement at that time? You have to tell the welder a minimum 6-inch length of the fast production weld made by welder using the process specified in QW304 may be examined by volumetric ND. Means first 150 mm length of this production weld, it should be go for the volumetric ND first, then he can start the production weld as per the requirement. Okay, so you have to start the production welding and the first 150 mm length go for the first check the volumetric ND. If it is passed, then they will go for production welding continuation. You understand this examination? If there is a failure, what will happen? If the failure of the meet examination standard, what will happen? If a production weld is selected for WPQ and the welder has failed the test, means In production weld, you see the welder has been failed the test. What will happen? In this event, the entire production weld made by this welder shall be examined. Means if that welder already done so many welding, but they didn't check the production welding of first 150 mm, what will happen? If the production welding of first 150 mm is failed, the all joint of that particular welder should be examined again, and if repair is there, then you have to repair by the qualified welder. You understand this one? Alternatively, retest may be made as per permitted in QW 320. So again, you have to retest for that particular welder. So you understand QW 304.1. Now we'll go the most important another one part, retest and renewal qualification. So retest, what is telling in retest QW 320, retest a welder who fails the welder qualification may be retested under the following provision. So it can be retested if welder is failed in welder qualification, it can be retested. Immediate retest using visual examination. Another one, immediate retest by using mechanical testing. So there is two provision is there, one, two. So you can do what you do when an intermediate retest is made, the welder shall make two consecutive test coupon. Means in the first, whenever you do the welder test, the one coupon is there. But here is two coupon is required, and each position for each position is qualified as per the WPS, which he has failed, all of which shall be passed by visual examination. Means that two consecutive test coupons shall be accepted the visual examination. After that visual examination, what will happen? The pass the visual examination for conducting the mechanical testing. Then it will go to the mechanical testing and it will be accepted. Then it can be requalification again for that particular welder. An immediate retest by using mechanical testing. Definitely, if there is an immediate retest is made, the welder shall make two consecutive test coupons for each position which he has failed, all of which shall pass the test requirement. Means one is for visual examination. Although there is visual examination, definitely it should go for the mechanical testing. Another one for the immediate retest, directly it will go to the mechanical testing. So the two option is there here, provision is there for the retest. Now is very important, the QW 322 expiration and renewal of qualification. So expiration of qualification means if the performance qualification of a welder shall be affected when one of the following occurs. Means your qualification could not be renewed, it is expired. You didn't check that your qualification has expired. So what will happen? When he has not welded with a process during a period of 6 months or more, his qualification for that process shall expire. Means if the welder is qualified in SMAW position, there is duration of gap 6 months, he didn't do any welding. So their qualification of certificate qualification will be expired unless within the 6-month period prior to the expiration of qualification. So if the 6 month he didn't do any welding activities, definitely it will be expired. Another one, the welder has welded with that process using manual or semi-automatic welding machine or automatic welding under the supervision of control of the qualifying organization, that will extend his qualification for an additional 6 months. So the welder is doing welding in correct condition, means the process is the correct process, and there is manual or semi-automatic welding is there, and there is under supervision of welding inspector or welding supervisor, he is doing the welding organization, then it can be extended your qualification another 6 months. So this is the 6 month, if it is duration the gap, then require requalification, and this one is for the 6 month we can do another additional extended qualification if the welder is doing as per the requirement. And the very last one is 322.2 QW, renewal of qualification. So QW 322.2, what is renewal of qualification? We can do the renewal of qualification may be made, that is any process by holding a single test coupon is there of any material thickness or diameter of any position by testing that coupon as required by QW 3021 or 2. So as per QW 301 or 302, you have made that coupon and you have testing that coupon. If the successful test is there, renews older previous qualification. If successful test is there, then it can renew older the previous qualification. Okay. For that process, for those material thickness, diameter, position, whatever, all these things, it qualified for the previous qualification, providing the requirement of QW 304 and 304 are satisfied. If the QW 304 and 304 is satisfied, then also the renew the older for previous certification qualification. And the second one is welders whose qualification have been revoked. If you see some older qualification is revoked under QW 322.1b, so above shall requalify. Qualification shall utilize the test coupon. There is also one test coupon need to do client production work. The coupon shall be welded and tested as required by QW 301 and 302. So the coupon, what are the coupons should be there for the revoked welder? The same shall be welded and tested as per the requirement by 301 and 302. Successful test restores the qualification. So successful test is there. If the all testing are okay, then we can do the restore the qualification again through that particular welder. So understand this welder performance qualification. This is the very gist one, and whenever you are going to anywhere or for the welder performance qualification as per ASME section 9, this is the minimum requirement what I explained today. Okay, so hope you understand the full video. If you still have any concern for this particular WPQ, if you are not understanding, please comment my YouTube comment box, then I will explain to you. So another thing is there is, I forget that one, the steps in welder qualification. What are the steps is there? Just I am giving one gist here. Whatever I prepare from the beginning to end, just I am giving here gist. The welder will make the test well. First, he will make the test well according to the WPS. Okay. After that, a welding inspector check the monitor welding, ensure that the welder is working in accordance with the WPS. So welding inspector, he will check and monitor whatever he is doing as per WPS or not. Third is an independent examiner examine body, third party inspector may be requested to monitor the test. So in the test there is three things is there. Welder will make the test according to the WPS, and our welding inspector they will monitor, and also third party will also monitor that test. Okay. Now next is the test coupon is subjected to NDT. After test is finished, it will go to for NDT according with the method specified by standard RT, MT or visual examination. For certain materials, if you go welding process, some destructive testing or maybe require bend or macros. So after finish your testings, your third party is check the visual examination, it's go for the NDT testing. Okay. Now next is the last one. A welder qualification certificate is prepared. After finish all these things, you check the welder is approved, means all the testings are okay as per the limits in this ASME section 9. Then welder qualification certificate is prepared showing the welder condition is used for the test field. The range of qualification allowed by standard and production welding. So there should be welder qualification certificate they will issue, and there will be showing the welding condition, also the test piece details, range of qualification, all these things. Okay, and the last one is if a third party is involved, the qualification of certificate would be endorsed by a true record of the best. Means if there is a third copy, definitely in WPQ there should be signed. There should be signed by the third party inspector. So this is the steps in welder qualification. It will complete the your performance welder performance qualification. Hope you understand the full video. Thanks for watching the video, and if you go this watch and subscribe this channel, you can go that link and you can just click that link and you can subscribe, then you will not miss any video in future, and it will encourage me to help you a lot. Please like, share and subscribe my channel to more updates. Thank you. See you next video.